Hello people, I'm back. Thank you for tuning in to Trump Story Truths, or Trump's Art of War, where we study writing, study how to make a story using Trump's world as a backdrop, which actually has become more our world now that Trump has left for a while, but he'll be back. We use Trump's world for story because Trump's world now is our world, and it is a really emotional one. I'm using the 33 strategies of war, self-directed wealth warfare, declare war on your enemies, the polarity strategy. You should declare war on your enemies. You shouldn't take them for granted. You should go all out. In the Bible, the Israelites attacked Ai after defeating the much larger Jericho. They thought, well, Ai is a just small town. We'll just go take it with a few people, and they got trounced. For one reason, because somebody had sinned and they needed to take care of that. That's where they get the phrase "sin in the camp." And you can't take your enemy halfway. You have to declare war against them and go all the way. Just as if you were fighting a huge enemy, you fight your small enemies. So Donald Trump had a very targeted and effective way to identify his enemies. I think I already pushed through here. Donald Trump, as the woken world knows him, does not exist. He never existed. He does look good to the world because he is exactly what they have ordered. The one that the press has created. If the real Donald Trump was as inept, greedy, weak, and treasonous as the woke public had been dining on, they would accept him as one of their own. The First Lady would be treated like a queen instead of being treated like crap, and praised for her success in business and as an American citizen. We are lucky that Donald Trump is a man of principle rather than a politician who could be happy selling his country, its unique constitution, and its people down the Potomac. The woken world of the elite new journalists, out-of-touch Hollywood actors, crooked politicians, and shut-in billionaires buy people's souls one day and then turn around and sell them the next. They can wear the Democrat, Republican, Independent, or any other liberal or conservative hat they feel that suits their purposes at the moment. I've already covered a lot of that. Trump's various accusers have amassed, since entering into the political arena, dirt poor. You would puzzle over their wealth for days trying to solve the conundrum of how these public servants, like Biden, Nancy Pelosi, the Clintons, could possibly have become the envy of lottery jackpot winners, millionaires, and others of our nation relatively impoverished. I think I've covered that, otherwise I would get into it. I'm talking about how the hypocrisy of those who accuse Donald Trump of making money for the presidency while he donated his salary to charity and worked for free, and while they started out broke and worked their way up to now that they're like hundreds of millions of dollars, and he lost money. Still, they accused him of everything that they do. That's what they do. I guess they're experts at collusion, so they accuse their enemies of collusion. That way they'll know what to say because they're such experts at it. I'll give you some real news that'll knock the liars to the floors of their mansions. Donald J. Trump is a genius at the art of anything to do with war. The self Trump portrayed to the world when he stepped into the trenches of American politics was only a reflection of the fictional character the woke mob so defensively and wickedly created. In my humble opinion, the reason Donald Trump corrected the swamp rat liars about who they claimed to be, but didn't try to correct them on their faulty evaluation of who he was, had to be with his mission. Those who failed to make notice of 45 on the political scene with a plan did not listen to a word he said. Oh, by the way, I would appreciate it if you do like this, if you like it and share it. It helps to get the word out. Swamp politicians know only the ways of the swamp. In the political world, You learn fast to predict someone's actions using 100 different methods. The last one is by listening to what they say. So it is not surprising that when an honest man arrives on the scene, they have no idea of who he is or why he had joined their little game. Donald Trump could not have run for president for the good of the American people. Now, who would do a stupid thing like that? Power is a concentration of potent force that refuses to relent or give. It only pushes and takes the grasp tightly with no release. Strategies are things studied and practiced and studied and practiced. For many years, the plot twists, reverses, and takes the reader into a swirling mix of adventure. Deceptions twist and bend the string of incidents that bend, twist, and try to hide them in plain sight. Trickery feints and deceives you until you run ahead blind, but the thrill exuberates. Mistruths are the arts that mix truth with the passion of precise detail significant to the plan. You have to learn sleight of hand. It's an art some people can work at for years and never master. Other people get it right off. I usually don't like to be deceptive. I'm an honest man, but the job's the job, you know. Sometimes I feel guilty, but I don't do it. Then who will? It's war, intense, full of deception. Of course, you can't just be straight out and forward with it. War is hell, but it's a necessary thing. We constantly have to protect ourselves, and we hate to admit it, but we've each got our own needs, don't we? We're sinners deep inside. That's what we are. So we have to play the hand we see in front of us. If we work hard, we get what we want. We get lazy, and it's the same difference. We die broke. You can take it with you now, can't you? What about souls? What about souls? You can take them with you. You save a soul by introducing someone to Christ, and you save not just a person, but a whole universe. For each person experiences the universe as if it were theirs alone, as if God created it for you alone, one individual. It is true that Jesus would have died if only to save one soul, to save just me or just you or anyone else. What I'm doing here is a lot of exposition, and I'll go back through it and try to make it pertain more to the story. It's just a first draft, and I really didn't bother to do anything to it, but just copy it out of my book. Say I do dedicate my life's work to God, all of myself to God, all of my heart and soul devoted to Him. His work? I owe Him my life, so why not go after other lives to save me?